Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Mandalorian figures from Hasbro. So these were shown a while ago. I've been busy, so I do apologize that I didn't make a video as soon as these were shown, because I did want to, but I've been tied up with a lot of stuff. But nonetheless, so much stuff was shown, I want to get talking about it, so let's talk about it here. I'm going to start off with these retro style figures that they've just shown. This is kind of a new series because they've started to make the modern figures in retro style packaging, and now they're just going to make retro style figures in retro style packaging, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, the gimmick of the retro packaging, I can get behind that, but the retro figures aren't great, so you're just appealing to nostalgia at that point. It's a fun idea. It's not one for me. I personally don't think I'm going to get any of these. But nonetheless, it's a fun idea. It has an audience for sure. If these were like the only figures they were making, I'd be very upset. But they're still making modern, good ones, so I can't complain with these. But you got a retro Stormtrooper here. And I like that even the way that they painted him is very retro, where instead of actually doing some detail work there to show the damage, it's just kind of like a spray kind of dust on the chest and the knees. I think that's kind of funny. We have Cara Dune. Yeah, looking fine. It's hard to like judge these figures because they're supposed to look retro and therefore kind of bad. They've done a solid job. It looks like a legitimately retro figure. Obviously, just 5 points of articulation on these. Even the way they did the cape there, the actual kind of fabric material, which is kind of just like a paper almost. IG-11, his form kind of fits that style, to be honest. So this one doesn't look like a terrible figure, to be honest. It kind of looks decent, which is funny. Very nice. This is kind of the first figure of him, I think. I can't think of any other figures that have been made of him. Moff Gideon, looking quite good. I think out of all of them, Moff Gideon looks pretty decent. Haven't seen many figures of him. They did just recently show an actual modern day version of this 3 3/4-inch style figure too, so that one looks really solid. Even Baby Yoda gets a whole set, but he comes with a actual pod, which is nice, and a little frog. Baby Yoda looks fun. That one looks like kind of a fun figure to have. And of course, Mandalorian. I think it's weird that instead of having like a cape, he has like a jacket. I can't picture retros or like actual old Star Wars figures if they had a cape, if they actually came with a jacket like this. I'm trying to think just back to Boba Fett. I don't think that he actually had a jacket like this, so I think that's interesting. Moving over to actual modern figures, we have the Black Series Mandalorian, a deluxe figure. This is going to be, I believe it's Target exclusive. I know Target just put it on pre-order, and it sold out before anybody could get to it. Just like every every Toys or Target exclusive. So if you were really hoping to get this and you of course couldn't, don't worry. That's completely normal. It happens with every release, even if it's not a popular release. They must put on just a very limited amount on their website, and then just bots kind of swoop them up. Because they're impossible to pre-order things, but when they actually come out, they'll be very easy to find, and they'll have more on the website, and they won't sell it nearly as fast, so you'll definitely have a chance to get this. But overall, this deluxe set looks quite nice. It looks like your standard, Mandalorian figure that they just released in the Beskar armor, so I don't think that there's really anything different about the figure, maybe some different paint apps, but overall very similar. But the big thing is he comes with Baby Yoda. Again, I think that's the same Baby Yoda that comes in the single carded Baby Yoda, but it has a couple new accessories. Those new accessories being the head sculpt here for the Mandalorian. The head sculpt's okay. I've seen a lot of people making fun of it. It gives him a fat face, but it's not horrible. Really, the only time we saw him without the helmet was in the final episode, and he's very beaten up. So I think it's odd to give him such a clean, face, because we've really never seen his clean face. So I would have liked the battle damage to actually have been applied to that face sculpt. It's not a horrible face sculpt in my opinion. It's certainly not great, but it's not horrible. He comes with the little pond for Baby Yoda. That's another new item. The Baby Yoda, though, that figure is just so restrictive. Wish that they actually did a new Baby Yoda for this set that had a cloth outfit. That way you can actually kind of get him to sit, and he's not just kind of like standing, laying half and half in that pod. Yeah, some extra pictures here. He comes with the currency basically that's used to make his armor, and then the tracker for his bounty. So the tracker, these pieces, this, and this head sculpt are the only thing that is completely new about this set. Everything else is repaint / just repackage. So I'm a little like hesitant about whether I should even get it, just because I have both the Baby Yoda and the new Mandalorian figure, so there's just not much different. However, I know I'm really into the Mandalorian right now. I thought the first episode was fantastic, so I think that I might pick this one up, because I'd really like the pod, and the head sculpt is nice too. So I think I'll probably pick it up, but if I can't for any reason, I won't beat myself up about it. Next we have the Speeder Bike Scout Trooper with the Child. This is kind of a fun set. They've done a bike before for the Scout Troopers. So I believe it's the same thing. There might be some new pieces on it. I think that maybe this bag piece in the back is new. The front, that this all looks the same. I actually sold it not too long ago, but I did used to have the first one. The clear base that they used to have it hover is new for sure. The other one used to plug it in the back. It was a little higher. This one, or actually, well, I guess it plugged into the bottom, but it was still higher than this, and it was on a ball joint, so it allowed you to get some good poses. I hope this one is still on a ball joint too, kind of angle the bike, really make it look like it's going. That would be very cool. The Scout Biker has a lot of dirt on his armor, which I think looks nice. Even just alone, he looks good. And then, of course, the bag with Baby Yoda in it, I think, is a great accessory, very needed. And then you can kind of have him just kind of relax in there, as the scouts here had so much more personality in that episode than they ever have before. And they've got some role play items, nothing too interesting. And we pick it up with the retro style packaging, but the modern figures for the 3.75-inch line. They have a new Mandalorian coming out that's basically a deluxe version, so it comes with a lot more stuff. I think this one looks really good. I really like the damage on the armor. I think it looks really cool. The face sculpt still doesn't look great, but it's a smaller scale, so it gets a little bit more of a pass, so that's nice. The Baby Yoda does look very good. I think that's the first Baby Yoda in this scale, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably very similar to the size of the Black Series one, though. That Black Series one is just super small. But I like the armor a lot. I like the silver has a great shine to it, and the dirty damage that they've put on it looks really solid too. He comes with the holder here for the currency, looking very nice. I think that does look like quite a good figure. We have Moff Gideon, as I mentioned before. There's a new version of him. Very excited to see a Black Series one, but for right now, 3.75-inch will have to do. Overall, looks like a solid figure, though. Articulation-wise, it almost looks as good as the Black Series, except for the ankles. The ankles aren't going to have an ankle pivot. Nonetheless, I think it looks good. I think the face sculpt is actually pretty solid, too. I think that looks nice, and he does come with the Mandalorian saber, basically. So very nice looking from Priest Visa. And then we have the armor. This is a new one. She just had her Black Series figure released, and I did just get it. It's an okay figure, though. I can't get the fur on her back to actually stay on. The tabs are super small, and they're rubber, so they kind of suck. But overall, the figure's decent. This figure looks fine, too. This is... I was never too fond of this character in the movie. I thought that her acting was very stiff, and she's just kind of there for, like, exposition or just kind of wise talking. I don't know. Other than just getting, like, stuff that they needed to tell the audience out, I didn't find that she offered much other than that. But that's just me personally, so yeah, figure looks decent. Not a whole lot that you have to do with her. And then they have a lot of pictures of the new ship that's being released from their HasLab project. It looks awesome. I love the extra unlockable stuff. Not going to talk about it because if I'm going to, it really deserves its own video. But there you go. That's my thoughts on some of the new Mandalorian stuff shown this week when they released the first episode from season 2. Again, great episode. Really enjoying it so far. Can't wait for the next episode. And there's some good figures here. Quite a few things. Hoping that there's some more Black Series figures shown shortly that coincide with the movie, or excuse me, the new season, because a lot of this if not all of this, is really just from season 1. So hopefully we'll get some season 2 merchandise soon. Won't say anything about the first episode, but we do meet a new character in that first episode of season 2 that I really enjoyed, that I love a Black Series figure of. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the new Star Wars Black Series, Vintage Series, Mandalorian figures, some being Mandalorian, some being the side characters. Let me know what you guys think of the merchandise shown, and thanks so much for watching.